Hello collectors, my name is Joe Prodzik, this is Quang Tran, and you are watching episode 9 of Statue Talk. Now Statue Talk is a show where we share our thoughts and opinions about upcoming statue previews, pre-orders, and updates to our collection. We're also going to share a video of another collector this week. So thanks for joining us on this week's episode. Now Quang, hit the music. So Quang, it's been a little bit of a slow week this week, but we have some great previews coming up from Cool Props, Gecko, Imaginarium Art, Kotobukiya, Prime One, big pre-order, Pop Culture Shock, a couple of previews from XM Studios, and one really big pre-order from Sideshow Collectibles. So let's get started on this week's previews. So Quang, first up is a statue from Chronicle Collectibles. You heard of them before?
No, I have not.
Of course not, because you haven't heard of Conan before either. And they're doing the King Conan statue. So this is a dinosaur statue. This is based on the Lost World of Jurassic Park. This is a Stegosaurus. So this one is for all the dinosaur fans out there. This statue is available for pre-order now on the Chronicle Collectibles website. Let me see if I can get a price up. It's 31 inches long, 15 inches tall, 8 inches wide, so it's a big statue. And it is $499.99, so it's one for dinosaur fans out there. Now next up we have some more statues from Cool Props. Now if you remember previously, Cool Props is the company that put out the Predator busts, right? So why don't you tell us about these right here?
I don't know what you want me to say.
What? Well, last week's episode, I gave you some homework. I gave you the Alien Blu-ray collection Mac Daddy set. Did you watch those yet?
Not yet.
So you can't tell me anything about
exactly.
These
That was the point. And it looks really good. I know that. It looks like amazing. The details on it is pretty freaky.
So the first bust we're showing off here is the Alien 3 Dog Alien life-size head prop replica from Alien 3. Looks similar to a bust that Sideshow did a little while ago. So this is the Dog Alien life-size head. Looks really cool.
Yeah.
And then the second one here is from Aliens. This is the Alien Warrior life-size head prop replica, blue edition. So yeah, both of these look really good. I'm a big fan of the movies, but I don't have any Alien stuff in my collection. And since you have yet to watch the movies, you probably aren't going to be adding these to your collection as well.
I really like the blue one, other than before the Alien 3 one. I'm just more a huge fan of color blue.
So you like more color?
Yeah.
Well, I think once you watch the Alien movies, you might
change.
Yeah, you might change your mind a little bit. I do like I think I like the Dog Alien a little bit better, just because you can see kind of inside the skull of it. So maybe after watching the movies, your opinions on these might change. So these aren't up for pre-order yet, but like the Predator busts before, they should be available on the Sideshow website. I'm kind of tempted to get one of these.
Yeah. Freak your life out for sure.
Yeah, it might, but I think that would be, it's probably going to be big, but I think that would be a great statue to add to my small movie collection of statues, yeah. So we'll let you know what the price of those two, they're not called busts, they're called head prop replicas here. So we'll let you know what the price of those are as soon as we find out more. So Kwong, next up, you might be familiar, a little bit more familiar with these two statues that we're going to show. The first is the Venom Snake 1/6 scale statue from Gecko.
Yep.
So this is from Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. You've played that video game?
I played it, but I haven't finished it. It's just really, really repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the action and the missions are amazing, but having to listen to the cassette tapes just kind of makes me kind of turned off the game after a few of them. So, you know, other than that.
Well, I played this game a lot, and I did beat the game. And I did listen to all those stupid cassettes, which that was, you know, Kojima went from huge cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid 4 to now cassette tapes in Metal Gear Solid 5. I didn't really like that. I liked the cutscenes.
Yeah, I did too.
Although Metal Gear Solid 4, you're often sitting there for an hour and a half for these cutscenes, so I think there could have been some middle ground. I did play the game. I loved the gameplay. I did beat the game. I loved going around the environments in my Jeep, and the stealth combat was really great. Yeah. So this is the Venom Snake 1/6 scale statue, sculpted by Shinya Yamaoka. And this goes with the other statues in the Gecko line. You know, I have the white Raiden from Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Yep. I have the Snake from Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. So this is, you know, I'm not sure I'm going to get this statue. I love Gecko's statues, but I'm not sure I'm going to get the full range of Gecko statues. And one, for me, I'm not going to do any spoilers about the game here, but this particular version of Snake, you know, is a little bit different from the version of Snake that I have, if you don't know. Like I said, no spoilers in the video. But as you beat the game, you'll find out more about why he's called a Venom Snake in this and what's going on with that. So, but then we're also seeing D-Dog as a puppy, right?
Companion.
You're one of your companions in Metal Gear Solid 5. The D-Dog is actually, if you order a Quiet and you order Venom Snake, you're going to get D-Dog for free.
Okay.
So now these Quiet and Venom Snake will be available at toy stores online. You know, I usually get my stuff from Big Bad Toy Stores, but there are lots of websites online that sell these types of statues. Now these are PVC statues, so some people tend to stay away from that. But I really like them. They have a lot of great detail on them. They're around $200, $250, so they're really reasonably priced. So they do make really good statues. They don't do edition sizes, so while sometimes they do sell out, you know, there are lots of them available, so they can't expect them to be going up in price or anything like that.
Because for me, I don't know how much, because you were saying that if you order both of them, Venom Snake and Quiet, that you get the companion dog for free. For me, I personally would probably just get the dog myself. I would rather like the dog. Me personally, I rather get the companion than both Snake and Quiet. But that's because I love this game.
Okay. So Kwong, this character is one that you're familiar with.
No, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze from Imaginarium Art. So this is showing us a couple of teaser images here of their digital sculpt. A work in progress. Now this is going to be interesting. Comic book based version of the character. Imaginarium Art has showed us some 1/3 scale teasers before. This is a 1/3 scale statue, but they've shown us some DC teasers before. So this is another 1/3 scale statue that's coming out.
Because for me, the details are really great on it. What I'm curious is that later on in the future, I'm not sure if it's really hard for them drawing it on the 3D scale, but having him have that kind of like World Cup you know, would be really awesome too.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if that will be
additional.
That won't be part of the 3D sculpt because I I don't know if that could be when they do the printing.
Yeah.
It wouldn't print like that. Or maybe it's a piece that they add on and they take it off and it gets printed separately. I don't know if they're going to do that with would they do that with the bubble?
Yeah.
So we just do it as a completely separate piece. But we'll have more info on Mr. Freeze from Imaginary Art as it comes up.
It's not an ArtFX Plus. That's not an ArtFX Plus. Maybe that's just for DC.
No, Kwong. This statue is not an ArtFX Plus. This is an ArtFX statue.
Yeah.
And so this is the Darth Vader from Kotobukiya. Star Wars Darth Vader, a New Hope version ArtFX statue. As Kwong has pointed out, it's not ArtFX Plus, and the difference is in scale. So the ArtFX Plus are 1/10 scale statues. This Darth Vader statue is a 1/7 scale statue.
Okay.
So it's a little bit bigger than your standard smaller scale 1/10 Kotobukiya pieces. So this Darth Vader is available for pre-order on the Kotobukiya website now. Just really kind of a standard Darth Vader pose on him. It's $129.99, so very reasonably priced. So this is his costume from Episode 4, A New Hope. And it does include an LED light-up illumination and sound effects that are pending licensor approval. So this Darth Vader statue is going to be available September 2016, or it's going to ship. It's available now. It's going to ship in September. So this looks like it should have a little bit more details than the 1/10 scale statues. And I think we showed off. We showed off any Kotobukiya Star Wars pieces before?
No, just recently the Civil War ones, but
yeah, we did Civil War and Sinestro last week. So now this is from their Star Wars line. Kotobukiya has a bunch of Star Wars statues. Darth Vader. And most of their stuff is in the ArtFX Plus line, which is their 1/10 scale, but this Vader is the latest statue in their 1/7 scale from Star Wars. So that is $129.99. I'll put the pre-order link in the description if you wanted to check out that Darth Vader for yourself. Okay, Kwong, now it's time for Prime One Studio, a company that everyone's talking about lately. And this week they have a couple more teasers. So tell us about this first one. This is the one I think you were looking forward to.
Yeah, it's Bane. For me, I'm not familiar with what kind of comic he's from, or is it like before he gets bigger? I think that's what it is.
So you're playing through Arkham Origins right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's where this Bane is going to come from.
Oh, because from when I was playing the game, I just got to the cutscene where I see Bane. I was like, he's not buff yet. That's like what I'm used to.
So this is Batman Arkham Origins is sort of it's the fourth game in the Arkham series. The one not made by Rocksteady, was made by WB Games, but it's sort of a prequel to those three games. It's early on in Batman's career. And so all the characters, villains from that are earlier on in their careers as well. Because later on in the games, I think it's Bane isn't in Arkham Knight. And he's not in Arkham Knight. If you read the Arkham Knight comic books, it'll show you why Bane isn't in Arkham Knight. I won't ruin that for you here, but there is a reason why he's not in that game, story-wise. He is in Arkham City, and you're right, he is huge.
Yeah.
He's like the huge monster that everybody knows. So this is early Bane. You know, he does have you can see some Venom tubes here. And what I really like is, again, Prime One details.
Yeah.
And they got some great details in the camouflage pattern on his uniform.
Yep.
And you can see some scars on his face. You know, so we saw unpainted kits at the Winter Festival in Japan. We saw the unpainted. So this is our first glimpse of Bane being painted up. Now, when I saw the unpainted kit, I thought there would be no way I would be ordering a Bane, especially since I have quarter scale Bane. But now after seeing this, painted version, you know, that's gonna be a tough one to pass on. I was only planning on getting a couple villains, maybe Scarecrow, Joker from Origins if they do that. But damn, Prime 1 Studio, they keep coming out with some great stuff, you know. And here's another little teaser from Prime 1 Studio. This is The Dark Knight Returns Batman, which a lot of people are going to be excited about. I'm not sure I'm going to pick this one up, just because space is at a premium, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Dark Knight Returns series, though. You know, an older Batman, older grizzly Batman, you gotta have one. If you're gonna have a Batman collection, you gotta have one of those. But I am getting a smaller version soon.
Oh.
So I'm getting a one from DC Collectibles, Dark Knight Batman soon.
Yeah, because I was thinking eventually you're gonna have to pick one of the, you know, Batman the Dark Knights up anyways, because last week we were talking about you maybe canceling your Batman Noel. That's what I was thinking, is that since you're a huge Batman fan, you know, you gotta maybe have one of, depending on, like, you know, each universe, and, you know, would be really nice.
Sure. Well, Batman Noel was just one graphic novel.
Yeah.
And it's and that statue hasn't sold out yet. It's not as popular as the others.
Yeah, sure.
Because it was that one graphic novel, and it's a Christmas graphic novel. It was kind of a, you know, holiday theme.
Yeah.
I really like it though, and I really love that story of putting Batman in A Christmas Carol. That's what that story's about. So it's a really good book. I read it again a couple months ago, so I really like it. And now we're seeing a gallery of the Robin from Prime 1. This one is definitely on my hit list.
Yeah.
So, tell us what you think.
For me, I haven't played Arkham Knight, just starting, you know, what I was telling you, starting from Origins to Arkham Asylum City and then Knight. I finished Arkham Asylum. There was no Robin in there. Origins, from now on, we don't have Oracle yet. For me, it looks really good. The character, I'm not a huge fan because I've seen him a little bit in Arkham City. And I wasn't a huge fan of the way he looked, but I did like, you know, in the future there's going to be a Nightwing as well. For me, I'm more a huge fan of a Nightwing than Robin, but this one looks really good. What I'm curious is we have seen a lot of pictures with the cape, because like it seems like I'm pretty sure one of your Batmans, you're able to move the cape in a certain way.
Right, they have wired edges.
Yeah, because I think that's what they're going to be doing here too, because we see him in a lot of different poses, definitely a lot of different heads. For me, I'm not a huge fan of the base yet, but it's, you know, it's still pretty good.
Well, the base matches up with the other Arkham Knight statues.
Oh.
And the regular version is going to come with your standard head and then a grimacing face.
Yeah.
And then the exclusive version also comes with a maskless face. So this is Tim Drake, right, as Robin. And this is one that's definitely on my list. I'm thinking Batman, Robin, Nightwing. I'm not sold on their Batgirl yet.
Yeah.
Just because I don't really like the design of the character in this game. So this is the gallery that goes up on the website. So that means we're going to see this Robin pre-order soon. It's not up for pre-order yet, but you can expect that. I would think sometime this month. And definitely one on my list. Hopefully it's coming out middle of next year.
What?
I would hope for.
Did you already pre-order the Batman one, or has it not been pre-ordered yet?
Batman Arkham Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how much was that one?
Price?
Yeah.
$1,000.
Okay, so this one's probably gonna be around almost the same.
Yeah, they're all the same price. So definitely one I'm gonna keep my eye out for, and I'll let you know when it's available for pre-order on the Sideshow website. So next from Prime 1 is just a little teaser of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the classic movie. Yeah, Kwong, were you even alive when this movie came out?
I don't think I was alive, but I have watched all
So you weren't alive.
but I've watched them for sure. And for me, with the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle that just came out, I like the design of them, but the movie wasn't great. But for the classic ones, the design of the turtles were kind of classic and good, not really amazing like the ones that I like now, but the movies were really good.
Yeah, I love that classic movie, and to me it still holds up.
Yeah.
And I do really like what Prime 1 has done. It looks like the turtles' heads each have a unique, their unique style, right? A little bit different.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I don't know if you know, but they used different heads during the movie, and all of the heads looked a little bit different.
Okay.
So, if you're watching the movie and getting a still and comparing it to one of these statues, might not match up quite exactly because it might be from a different sample used in a different part.
Okay. Got
So
it.
they all did differ a little bit slightly. So, we're seeing the first picture of what looks to be their pre-order gallery. So we don't have a full gallery like we do with Robin.
Yeah.
This should be up for pretty soon too. I'm not sure. Not sure if I'll get these turtles. I'm kind of holding out for maybe a comic book based, either IDW comic book based statues, or hell, I'd even go for a Nickelodeon statues. I think that would be really cool for Prime 1 to do with their detail and stuff.
Yeah. I'm curious. Looking forward to looking to see what size it's gonna be too. Have they announced that yet, or? Because I know they're known for the 1/3s, but
yeah, these are the Ninja Turtles are quarters.
oh, of course.
So Kwong, big, huge, gigantic 1/3 pre-order coming up from Pop Culture Shock Collectibles. So this video is coming out on Sunday, April 17th. The big pre-order Pop Culture Shock is Monday, April 18th at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's very important. You want one of these Ryu statues that you are on the Pop Culture Shock website early and prepared for the battle and the war that is going to take place on Monday. So previously, the companion piece to this statue, Akuma, right? He sold out really quickly.
Yeah.
He crashed all Pop Culture Shock servers. I didn't get one originally. They actually had to have a resale of him. So they had a second day of pre-orders. Still, website wasn't working great. I didn't get one then either. So I had to buy one on the secondary market. I paid a little bit, paid like $500 more than what he was worth. So that's what I had to do to get an Akuma. I think he's going to go up super. I think he's going to be, has the potential to be a Grail statue. So I think his value is probably going to shoot up.
Yep.
Not that I'm planning on selling him, but it's always nice to know that if you had to, you'd at least get your money back.
Yeah.
So this is the statue to go along with that. It's a 1/3 scale Ryu statue. So Akuma was really hard to get. Lots of people are going to be trying to get this Ryu statue. Not only collectors, but the flippers are going to be out too, right? You're going to see this on eBay for $3,000.
Sure.
Pre-orders at 3 p.m. on 3:30. You're going to see this on eBay for $3,000.
I might even do it if I could.
That's not what we do here.
I'm just kidding.
That's not what kind of collectors we are. That's not what kind of collector I am. I don't like to buy statues to flip them. I think that's... I don't like it because I don't like taking another collector's spot. Some people like to do that to make money. We live in a capitalistic country, so people trying to make money, make ends meet, or make a profit, that's what people do. Right or wrong, I just don't like to do it like that, right?
I'll probably stay in line just in case you don't get one. I'll probably try to get one too. If anything, I'll just cancel one if you don't get one.
Well, thing is, if you want to try to get one, you can, and then if you later want to sell it, your pre-order, transfer your pre-order, you can do it, and you sell it to someone in one of our collector groups for cost. You can do that too without being a dick. Okay, but flipping is your thing, and you need to make some money. Hey, people have bills, people have car payments, people have kids, wives, daughters. Sometimes we got to do what we got to do to make some money. And honestly, if it wasn't for flippers, I wouldn't be getting that Akuma statue too, right? So we're gonna first take a look at the regular Ryu statue. This is branded here as a Street Fighter V. Price is $899.99, so a little bit more expensive than that Akuma was. Edition size on all of these is 350 pieces. So just check out a couple pics of this 1/3 scale Ryu. Really good sculpt on that Kwong. Shirt on or off?
Probably on.
I'm glad you said that. I would have thought you were a little funny. No, I'm just joking. I like that you have the option to do
that's kind of cool. I'm curious, how is that gonna be the body, or is it like you're gonna take it off?
You'll be able to take off his gi, the top of his gi, and wrap it around his waist like that there.
Nice.
I gotta say, there was a question about in one of the Facebook groups about traditional sculpt versus digital sculpt. What do people like better? And I think this is a great example of why I like traditional sculpting sometimes, a lot of the time, just because there's something about this Ryu statue. It has a soul, is what it looks like, right? And I haven't yet seen digital statues that really capture that. I'm not saying that it can't be done. I'm just saying that in this statue, you can really see that, right? Jerry molded this and crafted it with his bare hands, sculpting tools, all that stuff. Really, a lot of hard work went into this. And hard work goes into digital statues as well. It's just a different way of doing that. But kind of something about working with your hands, kind of put your soul into the statue, right? A little bit of your soul.
Essence.
Sure, exactly. Maybe that's a little weird and a little kooky, but
it's true.
Yeah, I really like this Ryu statue. So now we're gonna take a look at. This is the one I'm gonna try to get my hands on. The bearded Ryu. You can see. Can you tell from the pictures? They did put some battle scars on him. So they call him the Battle
Ryu.
Yeah. So this is the Battle Ryu. He's not called Bearded Ryu on the website, but he's the battle version. So this is the one I'm looking at getting. Let's see. This is the only character to appear in every Street Fighter game and every crossover. Capcom's unofficial mascot and ambassador for other media. The irrefutable star of the #1 fighting game in history. Pop Culture Shock Collectibles is proud to present their very first 1/3 scale statue of Ryu, one of the most recognizable and beloved characters in all of gaming. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, sure.
I would agree too. Ryu's very recognizable video game character. He's been around for a really long time, since the first Street Fighter.
I think he's been around even longer than Mario, maybe? Well, he probably don't know that.
So it features a real tailored fabric costuming and a signed certificate of authenticity. So this statue was created using the actual in-game Street Fighter V 3D data from Capcom and features real fabric key. So this says they did use 3D information from the video game. We saw the work in progress pictures of this actually being sculpted. This the bearded Battle Ryu is the one that I'm gonna try to pick up. On Monday. Unfortunately, I am working with my boss on Monday, which may mean I'm leaving from work a little bit later than I normally would, just to meet with her and get some more stuff done at work. So I'll probably be on my way home in the car when trying to pre-order this, so I'm gonna be pulling over in a parking lot somewhere halfway through my drive. I'll be an hour and a half to 2 hours away, so somewhere in between then is when I'll be trying to pre-order this statue. So hopefully it all works out okay for me. I'll be on my mobile phone. If not, then I don't know.
Yeah, because I was thinking, if anything, I was gonna try to help you try to get it too. If you don't get it, then and if I get, I'll just give it to you. If you need it.
Okay, yeah, we can work something out. And so now we have showing off the third version of Ryu. This is Evil Ryu 1/3 statue. So they're all the same price. They're all $350. They're all going to be up for pre-order on Monday, April 18th at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You want to get all your ducks in a row. You want to make sure your PayPal's good to go. This thing is going to sell out fast. You know, predicting within 15 minutes this thing is going to be gone. So makes it tough for people who can't be on the computer in that 15-minute window, but it also makes the collectibles really limited and really exclusive. So make sure you're on the Pop Culture Shock Toys website. At that time, I'll put a link below in the comments or in the description of the video. One thing I do like about PCS is you can get a discount if you prepay in full. For Ryu, you're going to get a 15% discount if you pay in full today. So that's $764.99. It's a pretty big discount, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure which I will do, but it's nice to have options. You could do payment plans too.
Yeah.
You could put down a deposit only. Lots of different options from Pop Culture Shock. So stay tuned. This episode comes out on Sunday. So you only have a little bit of time to get ready. And if you're watching this, anytime after that, then you probably just lost out. And good luck on eBay or the BST group. So we'll let you know how that pre-order went down on next week's episode. Kwong, next up, XM Studios. A little quiet this week.
Yeah.
So first up, we're seeing this Hulk bust. Right? We saw an unpainted version, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing the painted version. So what went wrong with this? Do you think it went wrong?
I think it did, to be honest. For me, it's gonna be the sculpt of the face and probably the paint on it. Hair looks a little not great as well. That's my personal opinion. Other than that, like from the head part, it's bad, but from the rest of the body, it looks good. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I really liked it when we saw the digital sculpt.
Yeah,
but
me too.
It's kind of a
like
little
lackluster
with the
his
paint.
eye a little. I don't know.
It's up to eyes, hard to see.
Yeah.
That could just be the picture, the shadows from the picture, right? It looks like this might be just laying down or something. Not a great picture. I didn't like their Hulk, XM's Hulk. I thought it was disgusting.
Yeah.
A little, maybe too strong of a word, but I would. Some people like it. I didn't really dig the paint on it. The sculpt really wasn't for me. I don't know. Paint. Once it's painted up, it took a little something away.
Yeah, it looks a lot more different than what we saw.
Yeah. This is an early picture, though.
It could change.
To be fair, they're obviously working on it in this picture, so this may not even be completed.
Yeah.
So we'll check out more of this Hulk statue as it comes up. Now we have a little bit of the Vulture.
Yeah.
Right? XM Studios is coming up with a few different base options, right? It looks like maybe they're just turning the base around so you can display him a couple of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing about XM Studios is like they get the Black Bolt, right? You can display him on top of the rock. You can display him down on the bottom of the base. So it came with a couple of different ways to display him. So it looks like they're working on the same thing with Vulture. But that's really all we saw from XM Studios. Their Ghost Rider did go up for pre-order and it sold out.
Quickly.
Yeah, really, really quickly. But most of their stock is
Limited.
Sold before the pre-order. Ghost Rider was available at some convention for pre-order. They did that there. Most of their stuff goes to distributors and friends and VIPs of the XM Studios website and whatnot. So it looks like a really great statue. So that's not surprising. Now, one company we haven't heard from this week that we usually hear a lot about.
Sideshow?
Yeah, Sideshow. Sideshow's mostly doing 6 scale stuff this week.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we head on over to their what's new section on their website. They have preview for Jason Voorhees 6 scale, a Scarlet Witch
Hot toy.
6 scale hot toy, Captain America 2, something from Lord of the Rings. But they do have one really big pre-order. Not a lot of people are talking about it because, well, it's another life-size statue.
Yeah.
And this one is the Boba Fett life-size figure, right, from Sideshow Collectibles. It says, created in collaboration with a talented prop replica specialist at Tom Spina Designs. This magnificent 6.5 foot tall replica is so realistic, you swear he jumped right off the slave one. So this life-size Boba Fett figure is available for pre-order.
Yeah, it's
so
really expensive.
You wanna put this on your credit card or something? Do you have a credit card that big? Because he is priced at $8,495. But Kwong, put him on a payment plan.
Yeah.
Payments as low as $765 a month.
Still a lot.
So some people's house payments in other parts of the country.
Yeah.
Maybe not here in California, but yeah. So I do like their payment plans. This thing will come to you in a truck, in a crate, in a truck.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the shipping charges are going to be, but
you see it down below.
Yeah. Shipping is pending, so I don't know how much it's going to be, but life-size statues for serious collectors. We talked about this before. There are some serious Star Wars collectors, and I've seen a couple people pick up some life-size statues. I don't have the money to spend on a life-size statue. I'm questionable on the half-scale statue of $2,000.
Yeah.
Well, half scale $2,000, full scale $8,500.
That's ridiculous.
Over 4 times the price. But it looks pretty good. If you're a big fan of Boba Fett, poor dead Boba Fett.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to pretend he's not dead.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
They wish he wasn't dead. That guy is dead. Boba Fett is dead. Wow. He could probably come back. There's the whole
theory and all that stuff.
Theory and Legos of how he escaped the Sarlacc pit. So that is Boba Fett. Does it say which movie this is from? No, doesn't say it's based on a specific movie. But check out the images, the gallery. If you're one of those crazy collectors who's gonna buy life-size statue, not crazy, but if you have the money in your budget to spend on a life-size statue, you're a big Boba Fett fan, you're gonna order this guy, click on the link below to the Sideshow website in the description section and pre-order away. Get me one too while you're at it. And I think they were having a contest with Think Geek to win life-size statue.
Yeah?
Yeah, so Think Geek was giving away life-size. They've done a couple life-size. They've done Darth Malgus, Star Wars The Old Republic. They have the quarter-scale statue of Hot Toys is doing a Stormtrooper, modern Stormtrooper, First Order Stormtrooper. Sideshow, I think they were going to do a Darth Vader. I think he got canceled because the quality was not what he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
They did a Han Solo and Carbonite.
Yeah.
That would be cool to have. But again, I'm not doing any Star Wars right now. Kwong, Star Wars line. got cut for me. So no life-size Boba Fett's for my birthday. Okay, do me that favor. But he is available for pre-order now if you're a intense, huge Boba Fett fan on the Sideshow website.
Yeah, many are actually.
Yes, many are. Well, that's it for this week's previews. Now let's get started with our collection update. So Kwong, what is new in your collection? Anything?
Nothing really for me.
You've been doing your homework?
Not yet, but aliens will be done by next week. Guaranteed. Due date is Thursday. No, I would say Friday morning because that's when I have class. But we'll have all 4 aliens movies done by Friday.
So I'm going to give you a little bit more homework. I'm going to have you watch the Rad Titan Best 80s Action Movie Tournament. You did a video where they crowned the best 80s action movie. So I want you to watch that because I want you to watch all those movies on the list.
Okay.
If they're part of a series. They mentioned Rocky 4, you need to watch all the Rocky movies. They mentioned Terminator, you need to watch all the Terminator movies.
Which I already have, so it's...
They mentioned Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Predator, Commando. My favorite 80s movie, probably 80s action movie, probably would have been Commando. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Alyssa Milano. Young, too young for you, Kwong. Alyssa Milano. Don't get any ideas. Though there is a vampire movie that she's in that I would suggest watching. Kwong, that's not this. It's not this kind of show. But yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Commando, one of my favorite 80s action movies. So watch that video, watch everything on that list. And then there's some movie news that you're excited about.
Yeah, Spider-Man, I think it was 2 to 3 days ago. Spider-Man's new film is titled Spider-Man Homecoming, which I'm guessing the storyline is going to be right after Civil War, because we see a little bit of him in Civil War. Mm-hmm. And then he's recovering from Civil War. We haven't seen the movie yet, so we don't know what's going to happen in the movie yet. And then from there, in the comic book, that's when he comes back from Secret Wars.
Right.
And then he, gets the Black Symbiote.
Right.
And then a whole, all that story, Venom, blah, blah, blah. It was a little crazy.
Yeah, that would be an interesting story. I don't necessarily think that they would have to do an origin story, although they could have bits of it like they did in Batman vs. Superman.
Exactly, yeah. That wasn't too bad.
But they could, start Spider-Man later in his career, because he's going to be just popping up in Civil War, right? Mm-hmm. Without his own solo movie first. Okay. So this is theoretically later on in Spider-Man's career. So it'll be interesting to see that movie. I'm looking forward to it too. Yeah. Speaking of Marvel movies, we got Captain America Civil War coming up in May, which we're going to go see.
Yep.
So I'm wondering why you're wearing that shirt.
Because it hasn't came yet. Come next week.
No, why are you wearing a Captain America shirt?
Interesting.
But you said you're Team Iron Man.
No, I'm Team Spider-Man.
Last week you told me you were Team Iron Man.
No, I did not.
So I'm wondering why you're coming in here with a Captain America shirt.
Because I'm on your left.
I'm Team Captain America.
Somebody has to wear a Captain America shirt. The premiere was like 2 days ago.
Well, we're gonna have our own Civil War here coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure will.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'll see what happens.
Spider-Man versus Captain America. And we've seen how that gone.
I actually prefer the Punisher. So we'll see how that goes too. So for my collection, not a lot going on. You can see the walls are still bare. I have a delivery from IKEA coming up on Monday. They're going to be delivering 4 PAX units. Those are the bigger shelves. I got those mostly for the 1/3 scale statues, right? But I'm thinking about a couple different display options. I don't want to put anything in stone and make any plans. I do have a Google spreadsheet that I use to plan where every statue is going to go. It never works out how I expect, ever. And since those statues are a little bit deeper, a little bit wider, I can have a little bit more different options. So I'm going to play around with that, but I'm going to wait for them to get here. So maybe you might see some in the background of next week's episode. In the meantime, I'm going to use some nail hole filler to fill up some of these holes in the wall. Yeah, even though the display is going to be on that, and punching too many holes in the wall with securing the Vestas before, so I'm going to be patching those up. And since I'm just waiting for statues, I'm waiting for that Prime 1 Batman.
Yep.
He's on a boat to California, right? He's on his way, but still got a few weeks, maybe even a month to go before he gets here. So let's see how long that boat is going to get here. I'm waiting for my ARH Golden Aries to get repaired.
2 months.
It's been there for 2 months, but Arahome is repairing all of those personally, so there's lots of statues to repair, and he's busy, doing his regular work too, so it's got to be a little bit patient for that ARH statue. In the meantime, I just wanted to share a little bit something different, something else I collect. Comic books, right? I collect some comic books. And this is just a few things. I have a few, CGC graded statues in my collection. So these make nice displays next to statues. Some people like to display comics. This is a New 52 Batman #1. I also have the New 52 Nightwing #1 because I'm a big Batman and Nightwing fan. Those are the New 52 versions, so they're pretty recent, but pretty great. And I had to get this X-Men #1, 1991 X-Men #1 CGC. So those are a couple of CGCs I have in my collection. I don't do a lot of CGCs, but just some particular ones that I wanted to have, near mint versions of. The X-Men one was only like $40.
Yeah.
Batman and Nightwing were a little bit more expensive, especially that Batman one. But I like CGC comics. They do display well next to some statues. I don't like signed versions of comics. I like my comics to be pure, so I don't do signed versions.
Yeah.
But then every 2 weeks, I get a delivery of comics. I have a pull list set up with Midtown Comics out of New York City, so I ship them all the way over here because I don't have a really good local comic store here in town. So these are, just wanted to share with you guys what I got this week, what I'm reading, what kinds of things I am. My comic book reading kind of influences my statue collection, right? So first up, I got these Deus Ex comics. These are from the upcoming Deus Ex video game. Big fan of that video game. So this is a comic that takes place between the last video game and the upcoming video game. So I got that. Detective Comics number 51. I get all of the Gotham comics, except for maybe Catwoman. I don't really like Catwoman. I get most of the other Gotham comics. This is Batman Beyond. I haven't been reading this, so this actually gave a step to Kwong. It's because I have a lot of Gotham comics. Batman and Robin Eternal. I think this is the last issue of that one. I really enjoyed Batman Eternal. This is Batman and Robin Eternal. I'm always behind on my comic book reading. I'm like, I think I'm like 8 or 9 issues behind on this one. I tend to read them in bulk, and it's not that hard to get caught up, but I'm a little bit behind, so I don't even know if Bruce Wayne as Batman is back yet. From my reading standpoint, he's not back yet. So that's what I got from DC this week. This is only Marvel stuff I'm reading right now. Spider-Man, right? This is Spider-Man 1.4. Jump behind on that too, and I also read Spider-Man 2099.
You soon on that, it's really good.
Yeah, I really like that series. So Marvel, I read a lot more DC these days. Just the opposite from when I was younger. I used to read a lot more Marvel. I just like, seems like Marvel is all about events lately. They have the Secret Wars and all that stuff, and it's just event after event after event.
Yeah, now it's Civil War 2 is coming out soon.
Yeah, and I just want what I want, right?
Yeah.
I want to read about Spider-Man.
Exactly.
And Wolverine's dead, so as much as I liked Old Man Logan, I don't want to read any more about Old Logan. I want Wolverine back. He was in like 10 different comic books that I used to read. Without him, without Wolverine, I don't even want to read X-Men. Right?
Yeah, he's a key.
Right, he's one of my favorite characters, and he's not around in the Marvel universe right now, so I don't really, I don't really dig a lot of the writing in Marvel and a lot of the events, like more personal kind of stories. And DC does have their events too, but like they have their Dark Seed War, right? Which I'm behind on too, but you don't have to read the event to. I can still read all the other Batman comics, and if I don't read the Justice League Dark Seed War, it doesn't freaking matter.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're in a Marvel event, you have to. You can't just read your Doctor Strange or Punisher or Silver Surfer or whatever. I do still like the Punisher; those comics were good. And new Silver Surfer comic was really good too from Marvel, so I like that. Then I read the Superman comics, Superman number 51. Looks like he has his powers back, but I'm still not there in the story yet either, which is good because I don't like him without his powers. And he still has buff and powers, but he's not Superman.
Yeah.
I want to read Superman. Just give me Superman. That's what I want to read. You're giving us a dumbed down version of Superman, a powered down version, and they're giving us a Jim Gordon as a Batman and not Bruce Wayne. Don't do them both at the same time, right? Don't do that to them both. Right? Do Jim Gordon as Batman for a little bit, that's cool. But one thing I would have liked them to do is instead of I would have liked the Jim Gordon Batman to focus in Detective Comics, and then Batman can be about Bruce Wayne, or maybe even have done a Bruce Wayne spin-off series.
Yeah.
When I'm reading the Batman comics, that's what I still want to see. I still want to see Bruce Wayne. So I would have liked a little bit more of that. But, apparently Superman and Batman are both back. I just haven't got there yet, so I'm a little behind. And then this is, I also read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so this is their one-shot. This is Deviation. So this is a alternative of where the Turtles join Shredder. So that's what's on my reading list this week. That's what's going on in my collection. Trying to enter some crazy contests for some comic books right now, but otherwise, I'm just waiting for statues to get here. One of the things with collecting is, I can go through a period where I get 3 statues in 1 week, right? And then I can go to a period where I don't get any statues in a month. And April is looking like one of those months where I'm not getting anything. So, that's something else I collect, something else I spend my time on. But, not getting new statues in allows me to focus more on my display. So, I'll fill you in on the progress of how that display is going. Not only will you see it here in the background, but we'll do some segments where I show you what exactly is going on with my collection room as that gets updated. So now, Kwong, do you know what time it is?
Question of the week.
It's the question of the week. So, let's take a look at this week's question. So, Kwong, this week's question of the week comes from us to our viewers. So the question that we want to know is, well, at least I want to know, is 1/3 scale too big? We're seeing a lot of 1/3 scale statues. Yeah. Prime 1, Arkham Knight, Arkham Origins, right? Imaginary Art, Mr. Freeze, DC, right? Pop Culture Shock, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. More and more statues, more and more companies are coming out with 1/3 scale statues. Iron Studios, Batman, right? Bigger and bigger. Yep. Half scale from Prime 1 Studios, but so this question, we want you to let us know what you think about 1/3 scale statues. For me, it's hard to say. I haven't gotten a 1/3 scale statue yet. They're all on order. From pictures, they look great. I'm sure seeing them in person is going to be a lot different. Seeing how big they are, right? Looking at some of the taller pieces, Spider-Man up there, you could see they did a comparison picture of Batman and Spider-Man premium format. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, it was a huge difference.
Yeah, big difference. So for me, I'm rearranging my entire collection room. Ordering new cabinets in anticipation of those 1/3 scale statues. So are they too big? I don't know, but we're soon going to find out. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. We will share some of your answers in next week's episode. And hopefully I'll have my cabinets in by then and I can give you a little bit more insight into how I think they're going to fit into my collection. So, question of the week, is 1/3 scale too big? Let us know. So Kwong, this week's featured video comes to us from a fellow collector. His name is Dennis Mangual. Dennis, I apologize if I'm saying that correctly. So this is Dennis's statue collection update and tour for April 2016. This is one of Dennis's shorter videos. A little bit of an update on his collection room. The reason I'm featuring this is because I love Dennis's collection. Every time I see it, it's just amazing. There's all kinds of different statues. He has some great Bowen displays in there. And this is one of his shorter videos. If you go in, check out his channel, make sure you subscribe to his channel. Check out his collection. He has like a 2.5 hour long collection video. His collection is insane, but he displays his statues really well. He puts them together. Like he'll have 10 or 12 Bowen statues together, like the Spider-Man statues together. And he just has a lot of great variety in his collection. He has a big collection, so go ahead and make sure you check out Dennis's collection update. Check out his full collection video on his channel. He has a really great collection, something for all collectors to aspire to. Yeah, I really like watching collection videos of other collectors because it gives you ideas for your own.
Yep, exactly.
Right? How you want to set things up, how you want to display your statues. If you're thinking about getting some smaller scale statues and how they will look with bigger scale statues, this is a great video to watch. And make sure you go ahead and check out Dennis's video and know what you think about his awesome collection. So, Kwong, that's it for this week's episode.
It's kind of, I don't know if it's long or not. A little short.
Oh, well, we didn't have too many, a lot of statue news this week, but the news that we did cover, what are you looking forward to the most?
Robin, Animal Studio.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Robin statue. I'm looking forward to the Ryu pre-order for Pop Culture Shock on Monday. I don't know if I'm more interested in the statue or seeing the bloodbath that's going to take place on Monday.
Yeah.
Seeing what kind of war is going to go on to get those pre-orders, because it's going to be a war. I'm going to get my statue. You better believe it. I'm going to pull over on the side of the road to get that guy. So make sure you get on there too, or don't. Maybe I won't put this video out until Monday after 3. That way, I'm not advertising that pre-order. So make sure I get mine. I'm sure the couple hundred viewers out there are not going to make that big difference anyway. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Statue Talk. Now, if you are a addict like me and Kwong, statue addict, you don't want to wait the whole week for the latest statue news, check out my website, statuereview.com. Give my page a like on Facebook. Check out share all the news from around social media on those 2 places. So go ahead and check those out to stay up to date on all the latest statue previews and news. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on all of my latest statue reviews. I promise more are coming, and when they get here, I'll do unboxing videos and reviews. Great statues coming up, I promise you guys. So let me know what you think of some of the topics I covered in this week's episode in the comments section. Make sure you answer the question of the week. I'll share some of your comments on next week's episode. So this has been Joe Prodzik for Statue Review. Thanks for watching. What I really want to know, though, Kwong, is on a Friday night, how old are you?
24.
Friday night, you're 24 years old. You're sitting here with my old married ass talking about statues on YouTube instead of going out trying to get girls.
That's what Saturday night's for, dude.
I think you should be out there. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Fridays are the ugly girls. Saturdays are the good girls.
Okay, so it is. I accept that. So where are you going Saturday?
To the bar in San Francisco, dude.
That's because you're an Uber driver. You drive for. That's because you drive for Lyft.
Gotta.
Okay.